We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Push him back. Check.
They'll run with Geis. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Protect yourself, babe.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And Geis is going to be stopped short, as he did not get the push he needed. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. It'll continue to be interesting in these wet conditions how these kickers fare, but first test, passed.
And how about how the special teams unit handled that? A lot of concentration to make sure the ball didn't slip through his fingers. After the snap, got it down and let him pop it through the posts.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. On the ground with a rookie from Iowa State, David Montgomery. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check. Look, 18.
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, G. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Haskins. And the pressure gets to him again. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bears take over.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
To try again after the sack. Trubisky. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Guy showing he's going to be an important part of this Redskin backfield as he's in there again for first down. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
You can't block me. Check safety, check safety. And 58 is a mic. Go 58 is a mic.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin, but now it's 3rd down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. On first down, this is Geis. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 2nd and 7, Haskins finding a safety valve here. That's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Switch.
Haskins on 3rd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
Switch, switch, switch.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Coming to you, coming to you. Zoom, zoom. Check the backer, check the backer. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
And they'll indeed go for it with Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Geis. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now a run with Geis. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've been under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Trubisky. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
At the 43-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Haskins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Third down, here's Geis. Washington. Darius Geis with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. This is Geis. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
They're running it. Jim.
Here's Geis. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the second time. On the return is Cohen. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Ready. I smell
After the turnover, here's Haskins. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Love. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And hold in here by Richard Rodgers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Go.
Now a give. Right side, it's Geis. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Go. He's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey. 58 to Mike. 58. Go slow. Mike. Exit.
From the 39, Haskins. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football? Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
25. Check 25. Check 25. Check 4. Check 4. Joker. Yeah. Move.
to the ground game now with Geis. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Open man is Miller. He's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. Now it's Trubisky. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. That's another great play to come away with the football.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, it's Geis. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
At the Bears' 40-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Time to end it. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs. Sweep.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Now a handoff, Geis going right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 2nd and 15 now. Haskins. His throw incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Redskins on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 15.
SOS. Go.
This is Geis on a handoff left. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And Hopkins hangs this one out to the right. Missed it. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Lock in.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And Ginn's got it. And he's got this down to the 35. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Again, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Trubisky to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, did the Bears get it? They did. Chicago football. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
And now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Watch the whip.
2nd down, Haskins. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 13.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Undercrush.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. His first career touchdown pass, yeah, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
That'll be taken in the end zone. He's going to take this out of the back of the end zone, and that's going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great...
And he's into the clear. He's at the 30, 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. He's going to take this out of the back of the end zone, and that's going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout,
he's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he'll take this across.